And a very good morning, dear technologists, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our professional development talk by Malaysian Research and Education Foundation, MyRef. Today's sharing will be focusing on information and computing technology on value escalator as a data professionals. Now, let me briefly introduce our panel today, which is Madam Roslinda binti Abu Bakar Kelsey. Roslinda helps organizations to empower and gear up their talents to be Industrial Revolution 4.0 in the space of big data, analytics, and AI. Roslinda is an HR and business leader driving the talents ecosystem to the center of for the Center of Applied Data Science, CADS. She is also a speaker and educator, being officially appointed as an adjunct lecturer with Petronas University of Technology. Additionally, she is a certified trainer and career coach who is equipped with a degree in electronic and electrical engineering from Library University, UK, and a master's degree in engineering business management from Warwick University. Rosminda brings with her rich, well-rounded experience and offers a great advantage of an unconventional and rare breed of leadership and her implicit grasp of innovation, inclination to tinker, desire to create new ways of getting things done, making impactful changes and transformation, as well as ability to work through complex problems by taking measured risks towards readiness of the future. Before we start, I have an important message. If you have any questions to ask, you can directly ask to Madam Roslinda by raising your hands and start to speak with the speaker, or you can also jot down your questions at the comment and I can read it out to the panel. Without further ado, I welcome Madam Roslinda to start to share her screen. Please. Hello, Madam.
I am muted, sorry. Thank you, Lubna, for
Okay.
such an
Um,
introduction about me. Right,
yeah.
so can everyone start seeing my screen? Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. All right. So I always started my presentation with this comparative workplace situation. Um, I actually studied your I think your birth date, and I realized that on average, all of us today are in our 30s, mid 30s. Some has entered even 40s. And interestingly, we could connect to this because our parents, maybe our grandparents, if they working or they were working before in an office environment, their workplace would look like the one on the left. And interestingly as well, this left side of workplace environment, at least in the context of Malaysia, we actually transformed the workplace only in like early 2000. And before that, even, in 2000, even before 2000 and 2003 or below 2005, workplace still looks like this, at least government workplace. I know so because my dad used to work and retired in 2003. And when he retired, I remembered that they just brought in computer at workplace, desktop, yeah. And because he then retired as maybe like a division head or something like that, he was the one that was given priority to go to have a computer. And I remembered that at that end, he has had about 6 months to go on his job. So he's not even, intrigued about trying new things and all that. And when he gave his speech at the end there during his retirement, I remember I was there, was invited, and he actually mentioned this. Whoever inherited that room, there is an animal sitting on the table. Be assured that it is brand new. I never touch it. That animal is all yours. So what I did was that I already started working then. Yeah, I was already an engineer in Maxis. And I ran to his room wondering what that animal was. And there it was, seated on his desktop computer. So can you imagine that environment? And still in the year 2000, right? But that situation, he evolved very, very fast. And today, we probably would see our workplace changing, and a lot of the technological aspect will be brought into workplace, and we will probably work on the right side of this environment. And so we don't want to be like my dad, right? Who thinks that technology is an animal that he doesn't know and he's afraid of and wouldn't even touch. And we want to be the ones that probably trendset, because we are all technologies. So I'm a technologist by profession, trained engineer. So that's the part that our curiosity would actually make us the forefront of bringing this and make things even better. Okay, so that's the fair bit about the change in workplace. Oh, I am, wow, right. So today, a little bit of a program workflow. Maybe let me know if you prefer me to speak Malay and English, or just English. Sometimes I love to mix and match. And today we will do a bit of introduction. Of course, I need to introduce my my organization and things like that. We touch a little bit of IR 4.0 and its pillars. Why I would like, I know that most of you are probably well versed about IR 4.0. I'm not going to go into deep details about IR 4.0, but I would like to highlight an interesting pillar of IR 4.0 that I think is a glue to everything. And so it brings us to why big data, why analytics, and a little bit of case study that will make us all relate better to what the topic is this is being discussed today. And then when we look at that case study, then we would understand the job impact, and then would understand and appreciate the evolution of career and what it means to be data professional, right? So let us then start with my introduction for the day. Now, CATS, some of you might not know us, some of you are well familiar with us. So we stand for Center of Applied Data Science. We actually one of the pioneers of bringing data and analytics skill into the country. It was founded sometime in 2014. And at that time, it was really tough because no one actually even talk about data analytics or appreciate. We know that, you know, data is gold and things like that, but the appreciation around data and its day-to-day use at workplace and to use it strategically for organization. So a lot of awareness was then brought into place. And when we first started, we also don't know what we don't know, and we need to engage with business leaders, you know, CEOs and all that. And to make them say things, they need to listen to the experts. So we had to bring the expert to the country. So we partnered with Harvard Business School to talk to the business leaders, because you know, any strategy that you put in place, you will only see the outcome, the results and all that years to come, right? So you kind of like need to catch the wave, ride the wave, and not to be left behind. And so in 2014, the awareness at industry level is being carried out. So while organizations, government figuring things, we understand that we got to take the next step. The next step is all about talents. because we talk about technology, we talk about talents. You cannot decouple. This is a very important aspect. But then, organization at that time still figuring things out. But the easiest way to actually work on talents is actually working with the graduates. So we started this Data Star. Data Star is really reskilling our graduates, upskilling them so that they will be the next talent supply for the country. And why? We actually saw that, by in the next 4 years or so, the workplace, 75% will be occupied by the millennials, right? So the millennials, if equipped, they will be the next generation, and they are going to be the next generation of leaders as well. So, and one more thing, they are cheap. They're skilled and they still come in cheap because they do not have previous experience and all that. And organization would easily invest on them, right? So after going through that journey and all that, a lot of accreditation bodies begin to recognize our effort. We begin to mature our approaches. We initially bought the whole entire learning license from New York Data Incubator. But initially, it was just one size that fits all. What I meant is that there's no customization, there's no understanding about your ready skills, but you take it or you leave it. And it's really taxing because, probably the whole entire journey is about 42 days. So who would have the time, especially us, the working adults and all that, we do not have that much intensity of focus. And for that reason also why graduates would have that energy, would have that focus, and why we work with graduates. And over the years, we actually improved that. We begin to understand better the needs in the countries, the needs of talents that are interested in this knowledge area. And we begin to figure out how to customize the journey for everyone. So if you already have a foundation of skills, you can skip a lot of, subject matter in order to get yourself professionally accredited. So we are working with all these professional bodies that recognize some of the CPEs, PDUs, and such. Should they undergo our program? So eventually today where we are at is that a lot of strategic partnerships, foundations and all that come to work with us and expand it further. So we got a lot of also funding bodies who are part of this nation building, interested in it and investing on talents for the country. And also one more fact is that we are already expanding in Asian countries. And Singapore is where we actually also start to build this Malaysian brand. This is really founded in Malaysia. And why is this journey important? Why is this like working with talents is important? The fact that we started in 2014, advocating to organization, Malaysia only just announced My Digital Economy Blueprint. And in that, if you haven't got hold of this paper, you better download this paper because we are all technology. So this is our area to shine, and to support this national agenda. So My Digital Blueprint is really focusing on transforming the country to have an adoption on driving digital users. So you can see that the fact that if you go out the door right now, you don't have your phone with you, you want to get anywhere, enter any place, you need MySejahtera, right? You probably become very feeling very irky to touch that pen and write down your details on the book and feel safer touching your own device. Betul tak? So these are the things, yeah, and how fast COVID has have actually helped us transform. Even my aunt at Kampong, who never had smart devices and all that, and recently already adopting smart phone. So, you know, and this is the very reason why, in order to drive digital users, we need the talents to bring that technology forward. So objective number 2 for the country is really harnessing the human capital, thriving in the digital economy. So we are the one that will design the platform, will maintain that platform so that everybody would be working together, serving the environment, serving the ecosystem that at societal level. Okay. So recently, I must say, right, I'm married to a Canadian. My husband holds a spouse visa. Last week, I went to Putrajaya to get that spouse visa renewed. Now, of course, he has like 6 months to go and all that. We just wanted to do it early because these days you want to go to immigration and all that, you need to book your slot. Now, booking the slot is already an online system. Okay, tak canggih lah the system, but still, it can be done online, right? So what we were afraid of is that to get slots is very tough. So we wanted to start early. Then we went, even after getting the slot, you still need to queue. They still do the validation whether to allow us in or not, and some people got turned away. We are one of those that got turned away. And simply because, you know what, okay, so you still have time, you still have 6 months to go. But the fact is that this month, immigration launched their online application system for visa renewal and things like that. And they want to encourage us to do everything online. So because of that, and since we still have time, and because of that, we are turned down. So these are the fact of the matter that the digital ecosystem is already starting. It's not going to be perfect, but we are the group. We are the technologies that will make it perfect eventually. Yeah. So please be in the know of this My Digital ecosystem and My Digital Economy Blueprint, because we are all together in it. All right. So why Malaysia focusing on this digital talents, focusing on driving digital? One of these key objectives is, of course, we wanted to be a high income nation. So you got to ride that wave, or that, or else you can dream on about being high income nation. And the fact of the matter is this also. We know that a lot of jobs are emerging. For the past 5 years, if you see, the high paying jobs, yeah, are all non-existent before that. So all the high paying jobs, the skilled jobs that are open are all new type of jobs. But these days, what is actually happening and what I'm seeing is that jobs are also evolving and become hybrid. Okay, where we say redundant jobs and all that, they're not really like totally, not there. You can see like accounting and all that. Come on, we still need accounting. But that job in itself has actually evolved. It becomes hybrid. Some of the functions can be automated. So the people who perhaps does manual bookkeeping now has to keep up with the system. It's all about rules, and if there is rules, meaning that machine can do the job. So we do a high level, more from a perspective of gathering that data and ability to provide insight, ability to predict and provide solution. So we are actually evolving to a higher level of thinking rather than doing. Okay, so when we talk about jobs and we talk about skilling, upskilling and all that, what actually happened is that in the future, a lot of displacement is going to happen, 30% displacement. But because of COVID, we can see that this displacement started quite early, yeah. And government has spent a lot of money addressing those who are displaced. But if you already start reading the pre-budget statement, you can see that by next year, the focus is on the upskilling, the 54%. And perhaps the hiring, if should organization do not have anybody that would fit into that upskilling and they needed the talent fast, that will be the hiring factor coming in. And this year there was already a published paper that because the economy are all starting out, a lot of nations are already economically started. And it is called the era of the Great Resignation. Okay, mind you, the era of the Great Resignation. Because now people who took opportunity the past 1-2 years during COVID and all that, reskilling themselves, spending their time appropriately to not be redundant after the learning of COVID and all that, it is their time to now go and sell themselves. And this is the thing, right? Organization will begin to spend a lot of investment in future-proofing the workforce. We have learned from the COVID, the digitalization of the workplace is now brought forward. Kalau dulu the plan is 5 years, for example, now it's brought forward. Within the year, they need to begin doing it, right? And kalau kita talk about digitalization, kita cannot ignore being data-driven organization, which means we need data-driven talent. So that brings us to why I brought data and analytics, right? Digitalization. Tak boleh decouple from data and analytics. So if you visit this IR 4.0 pillars, I'm sure that you are well versed, and I think right now we are all perhaps getting ourselves being an expert in any of these pillars or cross pillars. I'm very sure because you are all TSs. I get heads off. I think you are almost there in your pillars of expertise. But what make a difference if you are an expert in any of these pillars is this. The glue of all this is the analytics behind it. This is the last pillar, but this last pillar is the glue of it all. Okay, sebab semuanya dah systemized. Even this session today is recorded. We know at what time that I sign in and all that is all data right now. Okay, and this session dulu face to face. Right now with technology, we are doing this, online. So I want to play this video, the Jack Ma, apa dia cakap, because I think he summarizes this IR 4.0 perfectly. And let's just listen to his message, yeah?
The world is shifting from IT to DT. DT is not the digital time, it's data time. Digital time is the upgraded version of IT. DT is totally different from IT. Data time is new theory. And data technology is the solution to solve a lot of problems we have today. IT technology make ourselves strong. DT technology is to empower the others. IT technology, we compete knowledge. DT technology, we compete wisdom. IT technology, we compete with muscle. And DT technology, we compete with brain. And IT make us know the world better. DT will know the human being better. So finally, I want to say is that DT technology will kill.
Kenapa dia? This is the most important.
Most of these jobs are stupid jobs.
Okay, so that's the end conclusion of his speech. So DT or data technology, what he's saying is that it will kill a lot of jobs. Tapi worry not. The jobs that are going to be killed are all stupid jobs. So we don't need to spend time doing those stupid transactional jobs. We should be using more of our brain power. So that's what is actually saying. Alamak, okay. I pergi skip lah. Can still see my my slide, right? Okay, so that brings me to the introduction to big data. And I think being technologist, my struggle initially, is that I short sendiri in the sense that being an engineer and all that, I appreciate the technology so much so that sometimes for business to make sense of things, we need to also communicate to the business the needs to invest in a certain technology. Kenapa kita suggest that technology and things like that. So the next thing that I would like to share is an appreciation of what big data is all about. And then we can think about our role being technologists in this aspect. So let's just appreciate this video.
The world is becoming an increasingly digital space. Today, we manage, share, and store our lives online. Data is gathered from our devices, computers, and smartphones that collect and transmit information on what we do. But that is just the beginning. Soon, most things, including our TVs, watches, and even diapers, will collect and transmit data. In fact, if we gathered all the data from the beginning of time until the year 2000, it would be less than we now create in a minute. This phenomenon is
Linda.
transforming our
Yes?
understanding of the world
Hello?
and our place in it. It's become known.
Hello, Miss Linda.
Tak
Sorry,
dengar ke?
we cannot see your video slides. It's not moving.
Oh, stagnant ke?
Yeah,
Hello?
Yeah, it stopped at Jack Ma slide. I'm not sure why.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Alamak. Okay, sorry. I think I will need to unshare and reshare balik.
Yeah. Please.
Short sendirilah ni kan. Itulah I cakap short sendiri.
Just a short
Luckily
one.
you okay, computer sound. Right. Sebab tadi I skip, right? Bila I skip tu. Okay. Right. Right. So Jack Ma tadi video dia BT work here a lot.
So finally, I want to say is that DT technology will kill a lot of jobs, but most of these jobs are stupid jobs.
Alright. So this is the end of Jack Ma punya video tadi. And that I actually try to play this video. So I ulang balik lah this video. Because after Jack Ma is actually this video.
The world is becoming an increasingly digital space. Today, we manage, share, and store our lives online. Data is gathered from our devices, computers, and smartphones that collect and transmit information on what we do. But that is just the beginning. Soon, most things, including our TVs, watches, and even diapers, will collect and transmit data. In fact, if we gathered all the data from the beginning of time until the year 2000, it would be less than we now create in a minute. This phenomenon is transforming our understanding of the world and our place in it. It's become known as big data. Big data could be invaluable for business. It could provide a window into the lives of customers that we have never previously imagined. But there is a problem. How do we unravel the strands of big data and pick out the relevant parts? Data comes from so many sources. How do we know where to look? And how do we access it? In short, how do we turn all this information into knowledge? Businesses are already using big data to better understand and predict customer behaviour and optimise and improve business processes. But the possible applications of big data are endless. We're only just beginning to see the emergence of the big data economy. Your business needs to consider big data or risk being left behind.
Alright, so this is the thing yang I nak bring to your attention. So we all know that the digitalization will happen. Businesses memang tak ada option. They need to transform to being digital business. So this is yang I cakap that kita tak boleh decouple from not being data driven, dan kita tak boleh not being a data driven or data literate talents. Why? Sebabnya bila kita transform digitally, everything is all about data. And kalau kita tak mempergunakan or we do not utilize that data and the capabilities to bring the analytics to surface, we could not help to realize the strategic reason behind the investment of that technology, why that technology is being implemented, because it will just become technology, that's it. Tapi what is or how the business would sustain is how you actually capitalize on the data that each of these technology has been gathering for us. Okay, so that is what it means by that video. Now, kan video tu cakap like if we the data for the last 10 years combined, actually in 1 minute is more than the 10 years of the previous data altogether combined, the entire world. And this is the very reason why. And kalau I buat survey right now, I can't see your chat function, tapi kalau I buat survey right now with all these apps here, how many apps here you are all using today? Kita ni guilty of actually flooding the world with this data. Kalau you tengok kat sini, how many of these apps sekarang ni memang you pakai? I think keep on interacting on that chat. That would be interesting. Okay, so bila I tanya ni, ramai orang would say, oh, I use all kecuali Tinder. Selalu tak nak mengaku pakai Tinder. So that's just joke ya. But kalau you tengok kat sini, one thing I always like to bring to our attention kan, 1.1 million spent online. So kalau 1.1 million USD spent online generated in 60 seconds, yeah, through just online shopping, yeah, how much is being made in an hour? Okay. So siapa yang ada jawapan tu, share, test out your brain function this morning. Yang belum kopi, yang belum breakfast. Alright. Dah ada jawapan tak, Lukna?
Oh, I'm not sure about that.
No,
Dekat chat dah ada orang letak jawapan tak?
In chat, more. Some people say more.
Alright.
Is it
Anyway.
billions? Much, yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay. So, I mean, it's 60 seconds is USD 1.1 million, right? So you can figure out like an hour. And then a day, yeah, a month, a year, right? And these are all money generated online, right? Businesses that transform and operate digitally actually share this pie. So it is actually an hour is a USD 66 million. Ada tak yang dapat jawapan ni semua betul? Okay. 66 million an hour USD, 66 million an hour. 1.58 billion a day. 47.5 billion a month. And 570 billion a year. Boleh tak mute kan siapa yang bercakap tu? Right. Okay, so $500 billion USD a year is spent online. Kalau in ringgit, that translated times 4, about 2 trillion is being spent online. Tapi the question here is this, what can technologies like us explore to make the experience better and to actually help improve this revenue, or kita cakap pasal a pie kan, to have a bigger share of that pie. So what can we explore in terms of data? So the thing is, these are the kind of questions kan. Macam mana customer ni access their online shopping? Are they shopping via their smartphone? Are they using their laptop? How? My parents, walaupun ada smartphone and all that, they will still, you know, do the dial up. I think yang Astro punya apa tu, yang TV shopping tu, I tak ingat apa. But then they would call out to order still. Tapi I consider it still online lah, or whatever, cash on delivery. So the thing is, bila kita tahu how they access their shopping online, then we can actually provide a better facilities. What technology that we will focus on so that their accessibility too can get better. So that's the technologies punya aspect ya. When we know how a customer behavior happen, because when we know human being better, then we can actually do our job even better lah. So then how does customer log in? Most customer like I dah irritated of memorizing login IDs after login IDs. So this is the thing, kita suka just have a seamless access. Now dah pakai thumbprint and things like that, right? So that's technology. How does customer pay? Again, also bring technology. How secure? Again, technology. Peak hours, important peak hours, about the design of that platform depends on, you know, that peak hour. We wanted people not to get frustrated masa peak hour tak boleh access, for example. And how long do they stay when they shop? Sebab apa? They are going to utilize that katalah kita ada the certain bandwidth that we can support the systems and all that, then it will help us design that platform even better, to customize, to optimize that design so that customer experience too would be very, very seamless. Okay, so when we talk about big data and all that, we talk about systems are more interconnected, meaning that data tu kita boleh mix and match, boleh kawinkan and all that to derive to a certain additional conclusion. It will bring new opportunities. Dan management can do better data decision making. And last but not least, you know, adik-adik kita, anak-anak kita and all that in the future would be, you know, their jobs is whatever that they're doing today in university, whatever, it will not be the kind of jobs that they will end up doing. Okay, so that brings me to case study example. I usually would give time for you to work things out and all that. Tapi sebab hari ni I'm in a bit of a rush, so I probably walk you through. But I think you are very, very smart people, and I get it that you perhaps are better able to grasp what I am actually sharing today. So I would start with a very simple case study example in how businesses actually apply analytics on us. Dia memang dah biasa sangat day to day sampai kita pun tak perasan, right? So what is it? The easiest is the recommendation engine. Okay, so Facebook, for example, akan suggest your connection, people you may know, just based on, you know, your circle of friends. LinkedIn, perhaps, nampak pattern of your career movement and would suggest to you industry yang you tak explore lagi or companies yang you tak explore lagi. Netflix, you like a certain show, dia akan suggest the next best show after you have completed your show, you are looking for the next one or something like that. Recommendation, the easiest. Now, everybody can fly. Everybody knows AirAsia. People berpusu-pusu now pergi Langkawi on AirAsia. This is where it connects to the value escalator, the topic that we have today. Yeah. So, buying pattern on AirAsia. I customer. And usually bila I nak beli, nak travel anywhere, I nak buy a ticket, I would always do a search kan, I would compare, I would do a search. So ni customer punya behavior, my behavior. But the activities there, mostly I do data gathering. When I do data gathering, it tells the business what is important for me when I do a search. So masa this searching is happening in a value escalator manner, this process is called descriptive analytics. Usually business tak buat apa-apa, dia just mendengar je, dia just take that analytical data. Then I go into comparing punya mode, right? I price hunting. I might go to AirAsia, I might go and explore Mars or whatever other airlines. Dekat sini, I'm looking for insight. And insight, I would become something yang the organisation of AirAsia, for example, start to tengok I punya previous history. Bila I buat decision tu, apakah my price point that will make me stick to AirAsia compared to the other airlines. So dekat sini, the value part on data professional, the value part is called diagnostic analytics. Okay, you sedang diagnose apakah faktor-faktor decision making tu. Lepas tu bila I start confirming, I start doing my ticket booking. Dekat sini masa I do ticket booking tu dah ada prediction going on. Prediction ni macam mana? It usually preferences. I suka fly very early in the morning, for example. Sebab nanti bila I sampai, I ada half day lagi yang I tak rugi, I boleh explore. Dah bayar hotel, takkan kita nak sampai malam, dah bayar hotel tapi lost the whole entire day already. Tapi hotel dah bayar, you know, that kind of thing. So it actually predicts a certain habit. Daripada habit tu, it becomes a persona. I am a day traveller, for example. Tapi ada orang yang a night traveller. Dia memang just suka travel at night. So, you know, it actually about profiling. Daripada profiling tu, we can figure out one important thing, the budget. And sebab itu AirAsia, kalau you fly a certain peak hours kan, macam pukul 10 pagi until maybe until pukul 4, pukul 5, something like that. Dekat situ harga tiket a little bit more mahal. Because this is called predictive analytics. And then bila I complete my payment, masa tu what happened? Ada upselling kan? Dia akan tengok that pattern and then the upselling will happen. And that is called prescriptive analytics. You make people do more or buy more so that you optimize habis-habisan lah the way to make money out of people. Okay, so kenapa data professional highly paid? Because okay, kita help organisation find pattern of behavior. Daripada situ we know preferences. Dari preferences we can predict what else, apa lagi yang consumer nak. Daripada situ kita add value. Consumer happy bila kita keep on suggesting and all that kan. One-stop center. So kita being a one-stop center actually help us optimize that revenue. Okay. Faham ya? And then that brings me to this career as data professional. And this is where tadi value escalator tu it's not my words, it's actually studied by Gartner. And this is where it is related to skills. Sebab apa? Bila kita cakap pasal descriptive analytics, selalunya these are what junior can do, ya. Junior boleh just bagi tahu apa yang dah terjadi. But as you go into the next value system, being a data professional, you are more and more specialized, you are a senior, you boleh explain kenapa dia terjadi. Dan kalau you up lagi your skill dan you akan boleh buat prediction, you akan boleh menasihatkan apa akan terjadi seterusnya, you are already at the level of boleh lead a team. Okay? And last but not least, kalau you boleh paksa orang or convince people to spend more or to make things happen, of course you are the chief, you are the expert lah, right? So I actually map out the kind of pay that I've seen currently, ya. Kalau junior level, kita reskill graduates, ya, dia orang punya earning walaupun tak ada experience can be sekitar 3,000 salary starting until 6,000. This one is fact that memang what we saw lah. And kalau you start to specialize dan sebagainya, your pay range should be around 8 to 12K. You lead aja 15 ke 25,000. And when you become a principal data scientist, this is the pay scale that I've seen so far lah. Dalam 28 to 80,000, and we're talking about per month. Okay, so we can do a check and balance where we are. We are technologists, where we are today, dekat mana, and kalau kita focus on, become a hybrid skilled person, and kat mana possibilities of our earning power. This is the value escalator that I'm talking about today. So this is just a little facts. You boleh Google all this, high paying jobs and sebagainya. I won't talk about it much, but I would talk about, maybe you will wonder what it takes me. I dekat sini, I am a subject matter expert in my field, dan kat mana I boleh get myself more into being a data professional in the subject matter that I am expert in. So every jobs, tak kisahlah, kalau I HR sekarang, I kena now do HR analytics sebab all my system, HRIS system dan sebagainya semua dah digitalize. So I kena be a subject matter expert, tapi I kena be also data literate. So dekat sini dia ada dua komponen. You kena ada the hard skill, dan soft skill also become important. And the soft skill part is the problem solving, collaboration, storytelling dan sebagainya. I rasa problem solving is not much an issue kalau kita technologists. We are actually trained to problem solve. Our existence is actually about problem solving. Tapi our challenge is perhaps around storytelling so that people understand our jargons tu. Kita kena simplifikan technology for people. Okay? So untuk CATS kita dah ada all this data literacy punya learning path, kat mana you can start with and all that. And how long it takes, kan ada cakap dulu daripada 42 days, now we dah pecah-pecahkan and we customize based on what skills you already have. So and it breaks down to modular basis. You tak payah nak pursue everything untuk being certified. Yang mana skill yang you dah sedia ada. You just pursue skills yang you belum ada in order to get yourself certified in any of this pathway. And that actually brings me to the end of my talk today. And I will pass to my colleague Suk Yen, sebab Suk Yen akan walk you through our offering. Kalau kata you interested, kalau katakan this is how you want to pursue, Suk Yen would share with you the platform Rubik and how you can even get started. I minta maaf, I tahu that probably ada banyak soalan that will come out. I would request Sok Yan dengan Lubna tolong compile that question, and I will perhaps provide the answer later on to address all these FAQs lah. Ataupun kalau ada soalan-soalan yang Sok Yan boleh tolong answer, she would perhaps help answer. Sorry ya, I rushing sikit today. Tak expect pula this would happen. But yeah, thank you so much. I hope that you gain something today from my talk. And I hope to see more and more of you to become data literate. And sama-sama we improve our economic situation and the ability to earn. Sebab right now, what I'm seeing is that bila kita tak ada talent, we have to borrow talent. And digital nomad dan sebagainya sekarang becoming very, 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 macam mana nak cakap Okay, for cats for example, I bagi example. Kita hire a lot of digital nomads daripada Kenya ada, daripada even Greece ada, daripada Philippines ada, Indonesia ada. These talents, they are capable, satu, they are cheap, and then organisation tak payah nak kena contribute EPF and all that. It means that they are stealing from our economy tau. That should be the Malaysian talents. Tapi we do not have a lot of ready Malaysian talents in the data literate world lah. Last year MDEC published in Malaysia kan tadi Malaysia needed 30,000 data professional, tapi right now Malaysia baru ada around 6,000. So this is our duty lah guys. We are the technologists and we have the path of least resistance to actually go into this field. So with that, I hand over to Suk Yan. Thank you very much and keep the question going. InsyaAllah akan jawab.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Linda. We are going to have a Rubik presentation from Miss Suk Yan. Please, Miss Suk Yan, you can have the floor.
Sure. All right. Thank you, Linda. I think we will address the Q&A later. If you have any question, I think you can start typing right now so that I will be able to compile it. And if you would like to be connected with Puan Linda, actually she is on LinkedIn as well. You can later I'll share the link over. My colleague Aisha, can you look for Linda's LinkedIn so that everyone will be able to get connected to her as well? If you have any questions, especially regarding building a career, I believe Miss Linda will be gratefully helping you.
Yes. Thank you. Yeah. Thanks, Yan. Okay, I leave now.
Okay, thank you.
Bye, all yours.
All right. So for the slides, yes, we are going to share it with you after this session because make sure that you have taken your attendance because we want to make sure that you have the cert for attending this and also make sure that you are getting your CPD hours. So in terms of Q&A, I think we will do it in a short while. Because right now we want you to watch one more video in terms of what kind of new career, what kind of new jobs are you going to have in the coming future, very near future actually. The future is now. And the growing industries of the future, I found this video which is quite interesting as it's very relevant for all of us. And this is where all of us like technologists will be working in a very near future. So at the same time, while you are watching the video, we would like to get your we would like to send you a survey as well so that you can answer and get us feedback, whereby we are going to work with MyRef in the very future. We have another 6 more sessions in the pipeline to make sure that you guys can learn and at the same time get the CPD hours for your onboard memberships and so on. So without further ado, let me play the video for you while you fill in the survey links, the survey questions. So it takes about 14 minutes. So everyone will just take some time, relax a bit before, after this video, I'm going to share with you what are the platform that we are actually offering you so that you'll be able to quickly identify which skill is the in-demand one and start learning from there. Yeah, all right.
Everybody have a good week. 14 growing industries of the future. In the past few years, the leaps being made in our entire global economic system are quicker and larger than ever. Not many economists or tech experts can answer with confidence how they envision the economy 20 years from today.
I did say a few years, didn't I?
As new technologies are prevailing, new horizons are being tapped, and new industries are being shaped that we never thought of until recently. Being able to forecast these changes will be the most critical factor in your decision to pursue a certain career or invest in one industry or the other. That's why we thought we should imagine together which way the ship is sailing. So, here are 14 growing industries of the future. Number 1, Internet of Things. In the past, the internet was the thing that most of us used only when we were on our computers. Then, some years ago, it began making it to our mobile phones, then our video game consoles. And today, we're heading in a path where we won't need to say, I'm on the internet any longer.
I did not see that coming.
Almost everything we use, both indoors and outdoors, will be on the internet, from our fridges and washing machines to our power supply and home security systems. That's why knowledge of networks, data communication, and software will be skills that are needed in pretty much every single industry out there. Manufacturing, construction, and service industries will be on a constant search for new internet-based mechanisms to incorporate into their product in order to gain an edge in the market. The tech geeks will become the ones helping operate our entire environment. The Internet of Things will actually include almost all of the things.
Internet, so helpful.
Number 2, artificial intelligence. Google studies our behavior. Facebook learns our preferences. We ask Siri to find us near places to eat. And we let Amazon guide us through the vast aisles of the digital market. Ever since the machines began acquiring knowledge of their own, they have taken huge leaps towards developing a real humanly consciousness. Today, we're on the verge of an era where we will move around in self-driving cars, work alongside robots, and read books or listen to music that was created by a machine. Some of us are actually doing some of these things already.
Alexa, can you pour me a cup of water? Watch.
The field of artificial intelligence in the coming decades will become one of the most vibrant arenas for endless experimentation. Also, as everything becomes connected thanks to the Internet of Things, more and more data related to our behavior will be collected, and the machines will have infinitely more material to learn from. Don't forget that artificial intelligence is not only a field that is exclusive to the computer scientists. We're talking about creating brains like ours, and potentially ones that will even be way more powerful than ours. They will live with, talk to, and affect us. That makes the field as much a field of interest for computer scientists as it is for psychologists, philosophers, politicians, and managers. There will be people to create it, others to observe it, and ones to decide how we will live with it. Number 3, cybersecurity. We've already talked about two industries that will make our entire existence more and more dependent on computer systems. With that will come more vulnerability to cyber attacks. Hackers are already able to access bank accounts, steal classified state information, freeze entire companies completely, and get their hands on our personal information. Without proper cybersecurity systems, though, they will soon have potential access to everything connected to the internet, which will be almost everything around us, from our houses to our cars to the medical equipment at hospitals. That's why the cybersecurity industry is our only hope for any real security in the future, and so it will grow all the more important as more things in our daily lives get connected. This industry is our main safeguard against humanity's future dreams turning into real nightmares. Number 4, genomics. 15 years ago, exactly in 2003, the US founded Human Genome Project, which had begun in 1990, was finally capable of sequencing and mapping the human genetic code. This project cost $3 billion. If things had stayed at that cost, the industry wouldn't carry much hope, since not many people would have been willing to enter into something that expensive. But today, sequencing a genome can cost just around $1,000. Today, the field of genomics is at its highest level of vigor, with players like Bill Gates and Google jumping on its bandwagon with billions of dollars in investments. With the research being more facilitated, genomics is expanded to completely transform our understanding of the human body's components and our ability to cure and nurture it. Our safeguard against cancer, diabetes, and even our hope to quickly adapt our bodies to the sky-high rates of change in our environments in the decades to come all lie in genomics. That's an industry that is expected to become worth more than $20 billion in 2022. That's only 1 year from now. Number 5, drones. Drone technology is now becoming more and more affordable in the same way we just mentioned with genomics. In the near past, there were times when drones were only novelty items that most of us only associated with war and bomb dropping.
The missile was just a precaution.
Today, drones are already becoming central to everyday non-military tasks, like photography, journalism, and like Amazon's use of them for delivery. The future is all for drones, though, and they will become used in everything from agriculture to delivering emergency aid for victims of heart attacks. As they keep on gaining some intelligence of their own, as they already are, it won't be long before law enforcement agencies start using them for patrol and let these flying hawks identify the bad guys. There's literally no limit to the potential drone applications. Number 6, robotics. For several years now, more and more warehouses and manufacturing plants have been including robots in their workforce. Now we have Sophia, the Saudi Arabian humanoid that was the first robot to acquire a national citizenship. And there are robots that are entertaining the seniors in retirement homes in Japan. Very soon, we'll be having robots as our friends, co-workers, and in-house assistants.
Blood on my mat. Handle it.
That's why we now have robot relationship researchers to decide what set of rules will shape our interactions with robots. Some people might be afraid that robots will one day take over our jobs, but if you're a person working in the vast field of robotics, that's not a fear that you should share. Number 7, virtual reality. Being able to simulate certain situations and environments without the costs and risks of the same experience in real life opens up a goldmine of potential applications that we could or could not imagine at the moment. The technology of VR is already being used by military forces to train their soldiers, people who are taking driver's license tests, as well as in video games. Companies are also using VR to train their employees, like ExxonMobil, who use the technology to train its engineers and field workers on fuel production processes. And that's only the tip of a massive iceberg. Number 8, nanotechnology. There are countless ways in which we, as a species, have our hopes hanging on advancements in the fields of nanotechnology. Today, there's extensive research in the field, with the applications ranging from medicine to agriculture. The possibilities are being studied regarding how we can use nanotechnology to speed up bone cell growth, the detection of cancer cells, creating self-cleaning surfaces, and implementing healthier and more efficient irrigation methods. All of that potential says that the future of nanotechnology is only pointed in one direction: endless advancements.
Where'd that come from?
It's nanotech. You like it?
Number 9, renewable energy. For several years, a growing number of people are getting into an ever-inflating state of existential panic because of the climate change that is taking place as a result of our 2 centuries-long use of fossil fuels as our primary source of energy. With more people coming to realize the magnitude of the global warming threat, governments, companies, and private individuals are taking steps towards depending on renewable sources of energy, like solar and wind. The Internet of Things boom is set to further help these plans materialize by facilitating private power supply networks. According to some estimates, renewable energy is expected to fulfill almost 100% of the power supply needed to run the world's economy by 2050. Number 10, sharing economy. We're moving towards a world where we will barely own stuff anymore. We're coming to realize that it's often cheaper and more efficient to rent whatever we can give up on owning.
We're here to serve you with a court-ordered eviction.
Okay. We've been increasingly doing it with car rides as more people are using sharing services like Uber, and the same with real estate renting services like Airbnb. Today, more services are joining that new sharing model, with apps being built on rental services for household equipment, office spaces, and even leisure boats. Thanks to smartphones, more people are connected and thus gaining access to these services on both the provider and consumer sides. Number 11, e-learning. As we shift towards a future more dependent on innovation than on formal college certificates, and where the value of your knowledge is based on what you can create and not what degrees you hold, and finally, facilitated by all the technologies we just mentioned, e-learning is definitely the future of education. With more people on the internet than ever before, and with VR technology and artificial intelligence applications expanding into our daily lives, creating more engaging, customizable, and effective learning experiences will make e-learning the primary means of education in the not very far future. Number 12, big data. You probably noticed that almost every industry we mentioned is dependent on data in one way or another. Data is what artificial intelligence systems learn from, and increasing the efficiency of our economic decisions will be, in the first place, a matter of good data. Whoever is able to acquire data and has the proper methods for analyzing it will be a central player in the future economy. Data scientists are right now becoming essential players in every arena, from marketing to healthcare to politics. Number 13, 3D printing. 3D printing technologies now include all kinds of material, enabling individuals to home manufacture their own spare parts and stationary items, and at the same time, giving companies new alternatives for construction and car manufacturing. This technology is giving us bright visions of a future where manufacturing is democratized. Will it be the end of mass production? Possibly, but that's a bit far-fetched and extra optimistic. What we know is that 3D printing will transform our manufacturing capabilities and costs, and will make us as individuals able to create our own products in our very own homes. It will also cut a large portion of companies' construction and manufacturing costs. All we can be sure of is that 3D printing is the tool of our new industrial era. Number 14, blockchain technology. With the Bitcoin frenzy that has taken over the world's financial markets in the past couple of years, we came to frequently hear the term blockchain. It's the decentralized public ledger mechanism at the heart of cryptocurrencies, but cryptocurrencies are far from its only application. If there is one technology that has the potential to create the decentralized, comprehensive ecosystem that will facilitate all of these other industries we mentioned in a more secure and efficient way, it is definitely blockchain. Based on this technology, there are companies being launched that want to put our finances, research, identity management, and even voting processes on the blockchain. It's basically the new face of the internet, and innovations in this technology will become among the most valuable contributions anyone can make to the future economy. Let us know in the comments, what other industries do you think will come to define the upcoming era? And don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the ring bell
Okay, so I hope you get some insights from all the 14 industries. So I believe any one of us will be benefited and it will be impacted. All of us will be impacted by the change in technology and emerging technologies that we are in. So I believe since most of you are, TS, you are already working in the field and you must have been working with data, you must have analyzed data, and in the future, you will be asked and tasked to create more reports, more dashboards, and more ability to communicate and talk to other team members in your organization with regards to data and supported with data, right? So for CATS, what we are doing is that recently we have launched the Project 2100. It is an initiative to accelerate data-driven culture in ASEAN countries and to promote data literacy for the rising needs of data literate talents in the workforce. So in our platform, we are working with multiple stakeholders such as education providers, government bodies, for example, MyRef. This is why we are here today, getting you onboarded and getting you understand the value of being a data-driven, data literate professionals. And as you are working in large and small and organizations, you will find that all the business processes are going to be digitalized very, very fast in a super accelerated pace. So all of us will need to be upskilled and will need to understand how data works and work with data. So we are covering multiple countries in our mission to future-proof the youth and the workforce in ASEAN to become data literate. So that includes you yourself, right? So I would like to get all of you to watch a video regarding CAT's newly launched platform called Rubik to understand how does the platform works and how the platform can help you to become a data literate professionals.
All companies, no matter big or small, are transforming their business digitally. They're looking for talents with digital skills to drive digital transformation. Now everyone is expected to work with emerging technologies where data is the key ingredient. No matter what background you're from, no matter which position you're in, you will be expected to work with data. The truth is, you don't need to be a data professional to work with data. What you need is the ability to analyze, communicate, and work with data. This is data literacy. But how do you become data literate? Step 1, identify your digital skills. Step 2, get clarity on what skills to learn based on industry demands. Step 3, get a personalized learning path unique to you. Step 4, get matched with jobs and projects relevant to you. Step 5, connect with peers, mentors, industry experts, and employers. Step 6, participate in competitions to build reputation. Join thousands of others in a growing community. Future-proof your skills. Become data literate with Rubik. Sign up to get started.
All right, so the platform that we are having is called Rubik and it is powered by CATS. And this is some of the benefits for you to become a part of it. You'll be able to measure your skill strength. We have smart skills and technical skills assessment to evaluate where you are at for a certain skill, for example, Python. Then with that, you can get certified by CATS with regards to a special skill that you have, and you can be recognized as a data professional on our platform. So based on the recommendation and based on all the assessment that you are taking, we are also going to give you a recommendation. We have a recommendation engine built in the platform to recommend and propose to you what is the next best step that you can take and which are the new skills that you can learn to become different, data professionals, right? So these are a few learning path that we are having on the platform. You can become an enterprise data practitioner or associate enterprise data analyst, enterprise data analyst or enterprise data scientist, or even enterprise data engineers. So all these professions, they are not limited to only these professions. So the skills that you learn will be applicable in the near future when the industry grows with data, right? Or at the same time, you can also claim CPD hours after when you complete the programs. So if you want to know more, you can send us email via engage@thecats.com or visit our website, thecats.com, right? And you can also sign up for Rubik. Later, Aisha, can you drop the link for Rubik so that everyone can go and take a look at our offerings? So Rubik will be the platform. It is totally free. You will be given assessment, and after the assessment, you will be recommended to different, different path here, different profession here. Then you can evaluate whether this is the right career path for you, right? And for any one of you, if you are managing a team or if you need new talents to join your team to work on data related projects, AI related projects, or perhaps like IoT, automation, robotics, anything that we cover in the 14 industry just now. So we have right talents for you as well. So the organization, based on the skill assessment of that we gather from our community. We have over 5,000 of them in our database right now. So your organization, if you are a team leader, if you are HR, or if you are looking for someone to help you with certain smaller data projects, you can access to Rubik, and you can also upgrade to our product called Escalator to get more data in terms of skill inventory of the workforce. And you can also mobilize your talents. Like, for example, for one project, someone in the company will be able to do it based on the skill inventory, but you might need to outsource it to another developer to a younger developer to help out in data cleansing, for example. So this is the platform that we have built, and we have many clients that they are, currently onboarding and using the platform. It is still in the infant stage. The product is being developed and still in the development stage, but we already have more clients that are onboarded with us to build the platform together to serve the entire organization. So other than that, CATS have been active in the data industry for a very long time, and we have also groomed many different talents. They are now working in different companies as data scientists, as data analysts, or data engineers. So these are some of our hiring partners that are currently with us. So they are also growing. So if you want to know more on how you can tap into our network, do join Rubik platform and take a look at our website, Project 2100, and join our mission. We are here to invite everyone from here, whether you represent a company or you are an individual wanting to get better and become more data literate. You are welcome to join our mission, the Project 2100. So that's the last slide on me. So thank you so much for joining. If you have any question, just drop in the chat, and I think we will answer that.